We're back, and joining us now is Bill Petrie, a retired government scientist who for over 30 years played a major role in the development of American chemical weapons. Bill, we know now that the terrorist who caused this incident used a deadly nerve gas called sarin. What can you tell us about this deadly nerve agent?
Well, sarin, or GB, as it's commonly referred to, is a colorless, odorless liquid in a pure form. If it isn't pure, as is likely to be the case in a terrorist attack, then it may have a faint odor, like juicy fruit. It's highly volatile, meaning it forms a vapor cloud readily. It's the same compound that was used in the Tokyo subway attack in 1995. Now, sarin is so popular with these terrorist groups because, unfortunately, it's not that difficult to produce, and there's a substantial quantity of information readily available to those who want to make the compound.
Can you tell us something about how the agent affected so many people?
Well, this is a highly toxic substance. It's designed to injure and kill thousands of soldiers at a time on the battlefield. It is, in essence, an insecticide for people. A person need breathe only a very small amount of this agent to be affected by it. It acts very rapidly. Initial symptoms can occur within seconds, actually. Death can occur within minutes. It affected so many people in this incident, predominantly due to the deadliness of the agent and the effects of the mall's air circulation system, which unfortunately served to distribute the agent vapor throughout the food court area of the mall.
We have an illustration of how this chemical spread.
Yes. The device, once activated, began producing agent vapors. The circulation of air in the mall helped to transport these vapors throughout the food court and the adjacent sections of the mall, affecting everyone in or passing through this vicinity. Now, keep in mind that even though it's so deadly, it's difficult to disseminate it so that large numbers of people receive a lethal dose. Yes, 10 people did die in this attack, but the vast majority of the people in the mall did not receive a lethal dose of the agent, and they survived the attack.
Bill, how exactly does this nerve agent work?
Well, in very simple terms, sarin acts to interfere with nerve transmission. Normally, the body has a mechanism to turn nerve impulses on and off to properly control muscles and glands. Nerve agents interfere with this mechanism, so nerve impulses are uncontrolled, causing the muscles to constrict continually and glands to secrete large amounts of fluid. The visible signs you see are tearing from the eyes, copious discharge from the nose and the mouth, and convulsions. Eventually, this overstimulation can lead to paralysis and to death. Other physical symptoms include very pronounced pinpointing of the pupils. Now, the victims in the Tokyo incident described that everything suddenly got dark. There's a tightness of the chest, difficulty breathing, coughing, and vomiting.
We know there are other deadly warfare agents out there. Can you tell us something about them and how deadly they are?
Well, in addition to sarin, there are several other nerve agents. The most deadly of all is the nerve agent called VX. However, unlike sarin, VX does not readily produce vapors at room temperature, and therefore it's generally a liquid skin contact hazard. However, VX is many times more toxic than sarin, even through skin contact. And should it be vaporized or aerosolized, the impact would be devastating. Another class of agents is vesicants, or as they're more commonly referred to, the blister agents. These agents pose both a vapor and a liquid hazard to all exposed skin and mucous membranes. The most well-known of these agents is mustard gas, which was used extensively during World War I, you remember. Mustard agent has a very strong garlic or mustard odor, which is how it got its name. Now, on the skin, it results in reddening of the skin and eventually large blisters. And when breathed, it severely irritates our respiratory system, resulting in coughing and sputum. A major problem with mustard agent is that although it begins damaging body tissues immediately, its physical signs and symptoms are delayed for hours or even days, depending on the degree of exposure.
We have a demonstration of that in this video footage.
Briefly, this footage shows the effects of nerve and mustard agents. First, we see the pinpointing of the pupils and the extreme secretions from the eyes, the nose, and mouth caused by the nerve agents. As I said, the mustard agent causes reddening of the skin, followed by blistering, as well as damage to the respiratory system.
Thank you, Mr. Petrie. We'll be back with more questions in a few moments.